Gender reversal. So let's talk about that. So sometimes men end up feeling like a boy in a relationship and the woman ends up feeling like the mother. And I'm going to give you an example of how this happened with some clients of mine. So the man actually was a big guy. He knew Krav Maga. He actually was a professional security guard. He actually worked for famous people, billionaires and everything else. And he happened to lose his job. He started feeling sorry for himself. And his woman also was strong in her direction. She was a sexy, attractive, independent woman who got married to this guy. And he started feeling bad about himself. He started slipping into depression. And of course, as his woman, she started helping him out, starts giving him advice and so forth, to the point where he starts even feeling worse. He ends up overexpanding and he ends up starting doing other reckless things, so she closes his account. She starts shutting off things from him like if she is his mother. And so it started diffusing the sexual polarity. After a year later, they became more like roommates, and it was this completely like, I guess, like mother-son type of relationship. And so this happens when men maybe lose their jobs. It happens if a man never was strong in his direction. In other words, if a man is not like really clear with who he is, if he hasn't found himself beyond his job, beyond circumstances, beyond what his parents think about him, and there's a woman who knows herself better, that can happen in a relationship. It's not because a woman wants that to happen, because I feel women do care. Women are compassionate. Women are intuitive. But what ends up happening is that unconsciously, they become kind of like the mother. They start getting confused of like how to help out this man, and his, I guess you say, his biology is responding to this. Therefore, he feels emasculated. He feels smaller. She starts feeling more frustration, so she starts becoming, I guess you say, bitchy and angry. So she actually starts throwing comments at him, and later on, the relationship becomes where she's now scolding him like a child. It first started off where she was helping him, but later on, she's not getting her needs met. She wants a man to show up, and she doesn't know how to shift that. So she's knick-knacking at him, hoping that he'll show up, but he doesn't. And so this is what happens when gender reversal happens in a relationship. Now, the only way for that to shift, if a woman really wants it to shift, it's not coaching her man. I mean, think about this for a moment. You can't say to your man, get your shit together, do this, do that, and he's going to think, okay. But if you were to tell him to be around some men who are maybe stand-up guys and they were calling him on his stuff, he probably would look at his life differently. If he were feeling sorry for himself, his male friends would like say, come on, Joe, you got to get together. You're much more than that. If she wants to, I guess, inspire him to do things, she has to find that part of himself that he lost, meaning like telling him that, I like it when you do that. You seem happier when you used to do that. Or it might be where he actually stands up to her, and not in a mean confrontational way, but more like it seems like he's got his balls back, and she looks at him and says, you're sexy when you are in your essence like that. I love to see more of that, to just remind him of who he is. Otherwise, if you're coaching him, if you're mothering him, he'll just remain the same. If it doesn't shift, what ends up happening is that, the relationship eventually fizzles out because there's no sexual polarity. And when I say sexual polarity, relationships are not based on sex. But the reality is that I feel as though sex is adult play. It's kind of the glue that keeps things together. And even if in a relationship, they're not having sex, if there's not that dance, like for example, my parents are much older. I don't think they're having sex. I hope I never walk in, they actually are. But they're much older, and just because their health, I don't think they are having like physical sex. But the way they communicate with each other, there's no power struggle. I mean, there's a beautiful dance. Even when they're upset with each other, he's still masculine, she is still feminine. And there's moments she leads things, and there's moments he's passive. But there's this beautiful dance. They don't slip into, oh my God, and feeling sorry for himself, or my mom feels like, oh, I gotta dominate him. They feel safe with who they are. They found themselves before they ended up together. I mean, this is their second marriage. My brother and I were when we were born, my parents were older. They figured out who they were before they met, and therefore they never had the power struggles or gender reversal happening in their relationship. So in gay or lesbian relationships, there's yin and yang also. And if you notice with couples that are gay or lesbians, that you see like there is someone who's maybe more predominantly more masculine, and there's someone who's more feminine, whether it's a man or a woman. Now, it doesn't mean that one is better than the other. It's that where does it create harmony in the relationship? Where does it really fit? Because you are better at certain things. And if you are, hopefully your partner allows you to do that. If you are like you prefer to be more the action-based one, the more masculine person, you want to take your lover in the bedroom, and your partner is the same way, there might be some conflict. There might be some power struggle. So it's very important how you dance in love. So when I say gender reversal, it doesn't matter if you're a man or woman or gay or straight. It's how it fits in a relationship. And if there's a shift in your being not who fits best in a relationship, there's going to be a challenge.